Okay, hi. How are you all doing? So I am about to play my skincare video for you. So I'll make sure to share what those are and put them in the description box, which I've been told is down here. Okay. In addition to that, I thought I'd go over a few other things at the end of the video. So the video is going to play in 3, 2, 1, go! Good morning. So morning skincare routine, nice and easy. I have a clean towel. Use a clean towel, kids. I've got my 4 products in front of me. It should be pretty easy. So I've got a bowl of water in front of me. I actually tried doing this in my bathroom first, but I can't do voiceovers for the life. It was so bad. I was watching myself do things and trying to record, and it just... I'm gonna wait a few weeks and try it again. All right, so I've got a bowl of water in front of me, and all I do in the morning is just splash some nice lukewarm, like I'm not freezing. Yep, just get on in there. Usually my skin's absorbed everything from the night before. So it's usually just make sure. Now if, say I had lots of black makeup on and my night skincare routine didn't get everything off, I toss some micellar water on first and then give it a bit more of an extra rinse on the area that I needed that. Now I make sure not to completely dry my face, and if it is super dry, I do just grab a bit of extra water and just rub that all over, because the first product I use is Indeed Labs. Come on, zoom, focus. There we go. They're vitamin C24, and it's anhydrous, yeah. Vitamin C, so no water, and silicone base. So the reason I put some water on my skin, and I just get that everywhere, is it helps the I guess the gritty bits of vitamin C activate. Vitamin C is water activated. It doesn't, it's stable if it's in a silicone base, so it helps that activate. And that way, what I feel is like the gritty bits disappear, basically. And it keeps it from having any hot spots or anything like that later. I definitely avoid putting vitamin C under my eyes. Don't do that. The next thing I do is my daytime oils, which are just in this old ordinary bottle. There we go. I just washed it out, sterilized it. So I mixed that with my Derma Sukin, whoops, there we go, lotion, yeah, intensive hydrating cream, which I've actually decanted into another bottle, so you're going to see me use a pump bottle. I'm not deceiving you, I've just decanted things because I don't like using them in tubs. So a bit of that, 3 to 5 drops of oil, depending on how my skin feels. I always check my skin every morning to see if it's dry, if it's dehydrated, what it needs. So if I'm, say, super oily one morning, I'll use a little less oil. I'm very rarely oily, very rarely. It has to be a really humid night for that to happen. And then make sure just to be really gentle. I always use my ring finger. It is the weakest finger, as any climber would know. So I use that ring finger under my eyes and doing any of that around there. Now I look very sleep deprived because for some reason I just couldn't sleep. It might have had something to do with it being 35 degrees at 9 o'clock at night. And then finally, are you wearing sunscreen? I'm about to be wearing sunscreen. Wear sunscreen, kids. I've got my Solar D, which is the sunscreen that I love that lets the body synthesize vitamin D, which is cool stuff. So it will look shiny when I first put it on. Get some on your eyelids. I'm probably not going outside much today. It looks, the smoke is so bad that it has actually red shifted, so it looks yellow outside. You'll see it on an Instagram post I put up a few days ago. And I actually went outside just for like 30 seconds to take a photo, and when I came back inside, my nose was a little runny, as you know happens, and so I went in and took care of that, And sorry, this is really gross, but there was black soot in my nose already after 30 seconds outside and just existing in this environment. And I'm in Canberra, which is, it doesn't have any fires. There are fires all around the territory, but Canberra itself doesn't have any fires. So if I'm getting that way, I can only think of how people who are actually in the smoke and near the fires are doing. And I just want them to be okay. I put up a rant video about voting in politics, so have a look at that one. Just consider our world when you vote this year. So that's my morning skincare routine. It's really fast, really easy. I'm done. I can go about my day. It's Sunday. I'm just gonna relax, okay? I'll see you for my evening routine. Bye. Evening skincare routine time. This one's not quite as fast as my morning one because my partner normally watches our little one while I do this. He's quite lovely. Oh, take off jewelry first. There we go. So if you like this eye look, I will be posting the video of that probably before this one. So I'll put a link somewhere with it. There we go, necklace off. Just so I don't have anything flying around. Now, because I put on mascara and some deeper colored eye makeup, I'm going to use some micellar water. So I've just got my little travel size bottle. I don't use very much of this, of my Mecca Max off-duty micellar water. Just exciting reusable cotton round. And it's not really to get off all of my makeup. It's just to kind of start loosening it up. So, especially the eye makeup. So, you'll see there's still some on. Also, if you like my foundation, ask me and I'll give you all my foundation secrets. There aren't many. Oh, that was a lot of makeup. Alright, so there we go. That will do for the moment. And my face will be clean at the end of this, I promise. Next, Lush Ultrabland, which is just really focus. Basic, what is it? Avocado, or sorry, almond oil, rose water, and beeswax are the ingredients that probably matter. And I use about that much. That's my ring finger. And just a bit over the eyes, and then rub it everywhere else. My skin is still dry. I have a bowl of water in front of me. As I mentioned earlier, I tried filming this in my bathroom and it didn't work. Let's not try that again. So a little bit down my neck as well, because I will clean down there. And then Krave Beauty's Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser. And again, not a ton. There's a reason this has lasted so long, but I do have, you know, 2 extra bottles. And I will avoid running out of it at all costs. There we go. And then I get my face wet. So I know it seems odd, but I find this really just gets, give that an extra bit. This just really gets my makeup off really well. So hands are damp, just a little bit of water. I've got my towel right here. And then my Foreo, gonna get that wet as well. I'm gonna kind of lean over the
I have no idea if this Foreo does anything, but I love it, and I bought it for myself as my Christmas present after having my daughter. Might have had her looked at her father and been like, I did KitchenAid, but I decided to get one of these instead. So we're getting a KitchenAid for our wedding. Yay! Alright.
So that's done. And then just rinse my face off just a second. This is not gonna be glorious. Okay, I'm gonna go rinse it off in the sink. I'll be right back. Okay, that's all rinsed and I've dried it off. So yeah, feeling good, clean. In no particular order, because all of these next products use have similar pHs and therefore can be used pretty much in any order. So I've got my 20% AzeaClear azelaic acid. And in general, azelaic acid helps with any redness, blackheads, any rosacea, which I do have a few symptoms of some really minor rosacea there. It runs in my family, so I'm not surprised. So the first thing I'm going to do, where those little red spots I've mentioned before are, I'm just going to add its own little bit just to make sure I don't forget it. And then the rest. Now I know fancy people pat in their skincare, but I'm not fancy, me. So there we go. First active on. There are more. Oh, don't you worry. Next, gonna go with my CosRx BHA Blackhead Power Liquid, which is 4% BHA, but not salicylic acid, Blackhead liquid, and I'm just gonna use a small pump and focus that where I have pores that need a bit of work. So over here, fine. And most of my forehead, other than this middle bit near the nose bridge, is fine. So only focus it where you need it. Plus it'll get rubbed around anyways when you put the next thing on. Then Differin gel. This is one of the few items I use that isn't cruelty free, because it's a pharmaceutical. And if they suddenly start making all pharmaceuticals cruelty free, I'll be really happy, but it doesn't look like it's happening. And this I focus around the similar spots, but I get my entire forehead. The one bad acne breakout I've ever had that's left any scarring, you'll see I have a tiny scar right here from I had a really deep blackhead there, and then up here on my forehead you can sometimes see some indentations, and as I said, I'm lucky I have relatively good skin. It's not my fault, okay, it's my parents' fault. I don't know how I ended up having good skin, because they did not. Soft Touch AHA from Stratia. So I do try to make sure to get that on the scarry bit. So this is an AHA. It will help get rid of those top clogged layers of skin, keeping everything nice and shiny. And this one I just get all over. And I love this one because it hasn't caused any reactions for me at all. It's been great. Next, another Stratia product, my Liquid Gold. And I really do just love this brand. Super backed by science. Their owner is really into chemistry. She had a blog, or has a blog, sorry, she still has it, called The Acid Queen. And she really researches everything before she sells it to people. And I really like that. There's also no extra fragrances, nothing fancy in it. Everything in it has a reason to be there. And she's also not afraid of preservatives. And preservatives are not a bad thing. They keep your products from molding. And mold is gross. Finally, much like in the morning, I mix my Derma Sukin, which is decanted into a different bottle, in with my night oil, and I discuss this later in the video, what exactly is in here. So it's just an old Kiehl's container. Kiehl's isn't cruelty free, but they have a really nice jar. Sorry if the screen's a bit different. My battery died at the same second my card got full. It was perfect. So just finishing up really quick. So the Derma Sukin with my homemade oil mix, and then finally right before I go to bed, I just kind of check and make sure I'm moisturized, because some days you can be really dry, especially if you do your skincare routine earlier, and I'll toss in some more moisture, because honestly, as someone with dry skin who lives in Canberra, which is a relatively elevated location with low humidity, making sure I keep my skin moisturized is really important. And then finally, right as I'm about to go to bed, I toss on my Alba Botanicals Un-Petrolium jelly as a sleep pack. Just get a little out. I'm running low. Oh, squirted on my face. I'm running out. I don't know if the company stopped making it. I need to contact them and find out. I've ordered 4 extra bottles. So it's, I don't know if you can see, zoom, focus. There we go. So it's just like fake Vaseline, basically. It's not, it's a castor oil based thicker product, and I like it because it just really locks everything in place. So yeah, that's my exciting nighttime routine. You can watch the rest of my video about skincare routines, my routines, now. Alright, so that was my morning and evening everyday skincare routine. I do the morning one every day, and the reason it's so short is I have an 11-month-old, and my partner needs to get out the door to work in the morning, and so I'm home with her, and I don't have time to do lots of steps. Also, I've just found that basic routine, vitamin C, moisturizer, sunblock, works really well. The oils that you see in the AM and the PM are my own mix, so I actually have one of my bottles right here. So this is an Old Kiehl's bottle, and I've just, you know, washed it out, let it dry, sterilized it, and tossed in a mix of marula, avocado, argan, and tamanu and rosehip oil. And my daytime one is a mix of marula, avocado, and argan oil. So I don't put the oils that have colors in them in the morning, just in case for some reason they stain my skin or show up really obviously. That and tamanu smells a bit like delicious curry, and while I love curry, I don't want to smell like it during the day. So there are other skincare routines I do, or skincare things I do, and they're more my luxury or big deal items. So the first one is the one that makes you look like you wash in the blood of your enemies. I really can't describe it any other way. So this is the Ordinary's AHA 30% BHA 2% peeling solution. And you're meant to wear this for a maximum of 10 minutes. I have managed to wear it for 4, and I regularly use acids and exfoliation on my face. It's great. It really just makes your skin feel extra scrubbed. And I have dry skin, not horribly sensitive skin, I will get into that in a minute, but drier skin, and I find this doesn't bother me, but I started using this after I had been using my AHA and my BHA for about 4 months. And I started with 1 minute, and then I went to 2. If my skin feels a bit uncomfortable, I just rinse it off really quickly, and I make sure when I'm rinsing it off that I really just stick my face in my basin and just splash water on it, splash water on it, splash water on it, check one time in the mirror, make sure there's nothing on it, and then after it feels like it's all off, it looks like it's all off, I splash water on it one more time. I really don't mess around with accidentally leaving a 30% AHA on my face. That just sounds horrible to me. On the days that I use that, which is only once a fortnight, afterwards all I do is stick on my liquid gold, which is part of my normal evening routine. So my Stratia liquid gold, great stuff, just to make sure that my acid mantle, my skin barrier, has some extra help in getting itself back. And then I use my Derma Sukin mixed with my evening oils and toss on my sleep pack. So it's a really basic combination that night. And then also once a fortnight, so on the opposite weekends, I use my lovely Skin Food Black Sugar Wash Off Scrub. So this is a physical exfoliant, and these can be a bit harder on your skin if you're not used to them or if you're a bit rough to your skin. So I always make sure before I do anything, I check my skin. How's it looking? Has it been sensitive? Do I need to not exfoliate today? Toss that on, make sure my skin's wet, scrub it around, rinse it all off, and then again, focus on moisturization that day. So it's not a day to be sticking this on and then sticking all your acids on. After that one, I will put on my Differin and my azelaic acid. I find that doesn't really bother it, but I don't stick on my BHA or my normal AHA because I figure I've already scrubbed off the layers. They don't need anything else at the moment. And then again, toss on my moisturizing products. Finally, yeah, finally. Oh, no, not finally. I've got my Lush Mask of Magnanimity, which is kind of a minty, there we go, a minty clay mask. And I just sometimes enjoy hanging out in a clay mask. I know Lush gets accused of greenwashing and they use a lot of essential oils, but neither of the Lush products I have bothered me yet. And I just really, really enjoy relaxing in my mask. It also reminds me, I first got into Lush when I was living in Korea, and it's just another reminder of Korea for me, along with my Skin Food Black Sugar Mask and sheet masks. So normally I have a lot more of these. I have the Apu, how do I say it? Apu coconut milk mask, and then a Misha 3-day snail mask. I stopped actually buying sheet masks, so because I'm trying to reduce my single-use product purchasing, but I get given them as gifts, and they often come as samples of some of the products I buy. So if I have them, I use them, because we shouldn't just throw things into the waste bin. I do try to recycle, reuse, or compost as much as I can, depending on what the ingredients are. And when I put those on, I often use, this is just from Foreo Beauty, which is ColourPop's sister brand. This is just a jade, it's not jade, it's obsidian roller. I keep it in the fridge so it's nice and cool. And what I love about these, as a massage therapist, I obviously know how to do lymphatic drainage on myself. So it's something we're taught in our advanced diploma. And I watch a lot of people on YouTube who use these I don't want to be mean, but people don't, I guess, have practice, so they're pushing down really hard and stuff like that. With these, the first thing you should do, I guess, in your shower before you use them or while you're hanging out, it's gonna sound really odd, but just flap your arms a little, bring them across your chest and open as you're breathing, and this starts giving you some lymphatic flow, which is what you're trying to move around. That's the puffiness that you're seeing. And then I just very gently massage just right under my collarbone. Yep, right there. And then I do some, all right, because you have to open up lymph nodes, so you can't start at the distal portion, you need to start proximal. So, and then I just really very gently almost lean back and let the weight of it fall and let it roll by itself. I like the little one for under the eyes, so again, just lean back, let it roll by itself. There we go, just like that. And then do a wee bit down the neck. Again, just kind of letting it roll by itself. And I just like it when they're really cool, especially on days like today where it is 11:30 and 35 degrees outside. 35 degrees in real numbers, not cold. So it's especially nice on really hot days. Just hang out in a nice, comfortable temperature bath with one of these. Just roll that over, take your puffiness down, go to sleep feeling nice and relaxed. So I like these with sheet masks, and I like them, sometimes I'll just stick my normal moisturizer on, or I don't use it quite as much, but my hydrating toner, which is from Isn't Tree, it's hyaluronic acid and it's beautiful. I don't use it all the time, but it's really nice with this. So yeah, that's my normal skincare routine. I hope you like it. Obviously I'm only showing you products that have worked for me. There are plenty of products that haven't worked for me. It's not that I hate them, it's not that they're bad, they just haven't worked on my skin. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Please subscribe if you haven't. I would really love subscribers. It hurts. And yeah, I'll have another video tomorrow because that's what I'm doing every day January. I'll see you again soon. Mwah. Bye! So yes, it's especially, that's not a word, Veronica.